Yo, yo, yo. Oh, where are we? Yo, what's good, chat? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Today's day 15, I believe, of trading my Top Step futures accounts. Today's day 15. Today we are actually coming off the back of a loss from yesterday. Yesterday I took a L360. It looks something like this. Yesterday, unfortunately. Yesterday, $369 L yesterday. One trade. Let's have a quick review before we go ahead and dive in. Essentially, I was looking at a at this 15-minute. Last night I was looking at this 15-minute downtrend continuation of protected structure. So at this point in here, I drew up this line. And I was looking to take a short here, but unfortunately price decided to short at this high protected structure. I thought it would be this internal protected structure, so unfortunately I took the wrong one. So keeping in mind of that, you know, today's trade we are in this sort of area here where it's approached and sort of hit last night's high or yesterday's high. And so after hitting yesterday's high up there, as you can see here, we've sort of approached this high right there, which is like you just hit that high. At the moment on low time frame, we hit a double top with inducement, which is my countertrend setup. So we've got the top with inducement in the middle, okay, and then yeah, what was actually quite great is I took the trade. I entered around here. I entered around there, and then as I got the rejection confirmation, okay, with the rejection confirmation, I entered in a short with the stop loss right above the swing of this area, and then as I've been monitoring here, I've just got this even on the 100 tick. We just have another one double top with the inducement in the middle, so. I didn't take an entry off there. I just took an entry off of sort of the price rejecting initially, and this is just me monitoring it. So I took the price, the entry over here, 931.12, as you can see here, 931. So on this candle here, and yeah, it looks like I feel like this might be a good trade for today. I've scaled in a few times as prices retracing backwards. And that's why the average has come up. Okay. So yeah, that's what it is. And that's how we're looking today. So at the moment, we're just sort of watching this price action play out. I am targeting this swing low because I don't want to be too. I don't want to try and bank on a complete reversal. I'm just catching a small internal protected reversal in this point in time, and yeah, that's how I'll play this move. That's pretty much that, chat. And yeah, we're just gonna sit here and watch it play out. Hopefully you know, I can even take it there, but for a 1 to 2.9 risk to reward, but realistically speaking, I am hoping for a stronger push down to this sort of internal protected structure play. And yeah, that's what we'll be looking at today. So yeah, that is pretty much it. This is the first trade of the day today, so this is a bit of a larger sort of TP. You know, honestly, realistically, I can keep it a lot tighter and aim for like a 1.8 risk to reward. TPing at this area here, which is still actually quite valid, as it's I believe 0.5 around 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, so that is potentially a valid play as well, but we'll have to see. To see how everything plays out. that's pretty much it, chat. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. I'm a fan of what I saw in the 100 tick. But yeah, for the time being, I'll pull this one down a little bit just to make sure we really do get that full retracement ideally. And yeah, that should be the play. Awesome, as prices is coming down there, we'll just see how it all fares out. Okay, I think the most valid sort of point of interest really is right here. I like this sort of change of character and a retest. So I like this POI here, which is pretty valid. You know, realistically I can pull it back a little bit higher, but I'm just going to leave that as is for now. And yeah, we'll see how it fares out. So at the moment we do have, you know, it is bullish on the 15-minute. So with this recent break of structure, so realistically speaking, I don't want to keep it too tight. Yeah, we will just keep an eye on this. So you can see a very small retracement here. Pull back. And so yeah, this is a 15-minute candle. It's slightly coming down. It looks good. At the moment, I'll put some music on so everyone can enjoy. I'll just play this in the background.
There's tons of people out there nowadays that are selling courses, mentorships, and even trading signals. But really, all we have to vet them is, trust me, bro, I'm profitable. What if there was a place we could track people's trading strategies completely transparent? Well, that's exactly what. Yeah, there's some innovation chart on Java. There's these pages on which one I'll be able to next. Innovation is a real thing. For me, the most is just a number. The most is the most. But then even the YouTube video you saying here, just watch a YouTube video, you know, with your backing monetization and your front plus YouTube ads should pay for first month of the year anyway. Yeah, I mean it's expensive. Like, cause like first month it's very expensive. Because you have to pay for the monthly, you have to pay for the salary. Like the pre-inspection app, there's an extra $50 just for somebody to come to paper and just make sure that after the origination, it's really like $50 for somebody to know. It's expensive. But it's good though, because you just even the games you're playing before you even go into the experience and stuff, you just can't buy it. That makes it like fair. It is like $50 a year. It seems like that's it. Is that what it's like? Some people say no, but yeah, it's like people say no. What's the most common question the older guys that have made money ask you when you get into it? Is this what you're doing? Is it actually doing it? I said, what's your answer to that? Just like that. Yeah, they just don't understand. These are guys that have big careers, so some of them are down here with their phones, some of them have phones. It's very corporate businesses that really know how to trade. What's one of the biggest things you do out in trade? One of the biggest things I learned is I really like patience. Patience, I really have it. Patience, but patience for people, patience for being around the company, patience is one of the really big things that has made me stronger, so that's testing. How are you balancing like the dating stuff when it comes to pushing quite a lot? Yeah, the more money I get,
If price comes down to this area here, I'm going to move to break even.
see it on Instagram and counting out the word. That's wild. You guys can get blocked. I blocked like 3,000 people on Instagram. I said they try me, they're always going down, and they're keep you on time.
What nationality is your boy?
Oh, there's always good and bad now.
No, if there's some peak nationality, right? You have a few peak nationalities your boy, there are.
Like Cubans, for sure.
Cubans.
Maybe because I guess I'm a toxic because I'm Cuban.
The Cubans are what?
It's not like I haven't really found that.
I understand why. Nothing pushing more if you're going to team or something.
Yeah, and I want to tell you that. I want to have 5, 6 kids. Sure, I don't have a big family. I don't have a high traditional side of life.
But you would find that start.
You get babies, no babies.
You starting with it.
Starting with it. Yeah, people are saying kids at this age. I feel like it's adding more challenges to themselves. I think it's definitely it's great to have kids, but I think we're just adding challenges to ourselves at such a young age.
I reckon ultimately you're not the kid of
I think that'd be great. If I were cool.
They say you go around the world experiencing all the things and then you come back to it.
It's hard. It's really hard.
In Miami especially, I think it's hard. But would you say Miami's harder than Dubai? Keeps you from Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai was just. I mean, when I went to Dubai, I always had my experience. I went in the summer, and I was always doing the same place.
Yeah.
So I really got the best experience. I don't care about it. But I always got one. One of the coolest places I went to was Cape Town, South Africa. One of the coolest spots is cool. The vibes are just different. And the Ibiza, but to live, we're definitely more. You know, also fun. You can go in
Now, this place, I went to Alabama once. Stayed there for 6 weeks. It's not. There's no worse like being in like you've just gotta come here with it and let's just be very shit down the place. Otherwise you can't lose money.
You can get lost in the scene. That is the kind of person you are. In that sense. But I think the last time I went was 6 months ago. I think the last time I went to Canada. I just want to go. Just want to go. It's a good time to get lost. You want to come here and work? You can be in work. You can be in it. You don't have to go out. Just do something. You just probably tell me.
Walk me through some of these other businesses you've built. I know you've got the cigar company, I know you've invested in fitness apps and stuff like that. Walk me through some of these investments and how you're starting to portfolio.
Yeah, so I have a lot of technology companies in the trading space. So we have all of the data for the traders, from the retail traders on the prop side. We have one of the most collectors of all that, and we sell it to traders. We sell that to guys that create strategies and all that. But within that, there's 3 different platforms. So there's dashboard selling, connection to integration to connect the retail trader to the dashboard, which is kind of code that you have to custom create. We create that code, that's it. And all of that, we create fees for people. We create fees for fees for just running the table and having a certain. So a lot of the technology side of things has given me a lot of passive income that we have to bring in stuff. That's really cool. I'm also looking to invest into real estate. One of the main things, I have a small one which I actually have.
So what is going on, chat? It is sort of struggling to come down here. We've sort of made a massive wick here. This could be it did sweep this point of interest. It could start making a reversal here, really. I might actually just take some risk off.
Obviously, a lucrative business, and there's many different benefits in it, but it's also very time consuming because there's sometimes when you come into trading, very different. You have to analyze where they are gaining from, and 1 to 3, 3 to 5. It's very time consuming. Because
All of the successful traders I know, they all have an education business that makes them last night capital and back end. The only thing they have to ask for is back end. People don't feel this thing, people don't come after it. How did you kind of get your mind around that?
I mean, I don't tell people to buy my course. You don't have to buy my course. I recommend people not to buy my course. Do not buy my course. If you buy it, you buy it. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you not to buy it. The reason I have it there is because so many people ask me for it. And I made something for those people. And those people are very happy with it. I'm very happy with them. I'm very happy with them. Don't call me a scammer because I'm giving somebody what they want. Because I'd be a scammer if I say, hey, I'm going to give you this watch. Give me this money, give me this watch. I give you money, I'm going to give you money. But if you say, hey, give me a watch and money, and I give you the watch, and you get the watch and you don't like it, it's not scamming. I don't happen to like the watch. That's not my problem. So there's some people that end up joining and they don't like it. Just give them a leave and give them money back. And then they kind of want to just scam.
But did you know that this was coming down the track when you started? Or had you preempted it? Or
yeah, I didn't think it would be such a big culture. Hate culture was a big thing. I didn't think it was going to be what it is. And I have gotten obviously some hate from being profitable business coach, right? It's very lucrative, and it always happens to be the smaller guys that aren't as lucrative that end up competing, and ultimately they also have a product, and they're just kind of view grabbing using some of these videos. Like you go to these guys' channels, they upload 10 videos, they have 500 views, 1,000 views, but they got a video, how did you scammer 50,000 views? Obviously, it makes sense because that video making more AdSense, making more traffic to the course. If I was in a position like them, I would not do that because that's not the person I am. But being in a position like that, I can understand where somebody could do that in the form of desperation and just super that.
Yeah, because I actually built a course out for my audience back in June last year. Still not even released it because I'm like, even though I know it's going to help people, I'm like, do I really want to get this done?
Why are you going to care about somebody's opinion? Like you can change somebody's life completely.
Yeah.
You creating that course can change the course of somebody's life on a one day. Why are you going to let one person that doesn't want to make $50,000 off something?
I have a mate in Australia who did really well at selling courses and helped a lot of people as well. But he said to me, look, just sit in a little bit and actually think about what you want to do. Starting at the tier stage, just be prepared. People will start coming after you, so you try to do it.
That's right.
But I suppose
I would take the approach that if you want it, it's there. If you don't,
yeah, I think that's one of the things. You put it in the bio and then don't talk about it. And I mention every now and again, not go on the hard side.
it just means like if you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. If you don't like and I'm doing it, then
That's on you.
yeah, that's how you have to do it.
Yeah. I didn't realise how much of an inner thing there was from the way to come to that until I came to the point. When I was building it, I was fine. I was like, yeah, it's going to help people to do this, going to do that, this and that. And then one of my mates goes, yeah, but I sold courses for like 3 years. I changed this amount of lives. But you do realise that 90% of people buy courses don't even watch them. And then they complain about you online. They don't even, when you log in and look at their data, they've not even watched the course.
Yeah.
But yet they're calling you a wanker. You know what I mean? So, and I suppose when you see the back end data of your open rates that they buy it, and they think that buying it is the success, not the actual sit down and watch the stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people have a problem with committing to it once they buy it. So we create a strategy around that where it's like you don't unlock access to me, you don't unlock access to the community until you don't watch the videos. Because we're not gonna just start asking the questions if you haven't even watched the videos. There's specific ways how you go about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes like we're just like, hey, don't just put it on links because 10% of them watch this video first. When it makes sense for you, we'll give you access to the rest. Like you just have to create a system that caters to the client.
What's your next piece of content that you're creating that's gonna like blow up on the internet?
Oh, I have some shit that's already crazy, man.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I have.
Put it in the next
2 or 3 weeks.
Come on, don't hold back.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do something in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Come on, drop it.
I'll tell you after.
No, drop it because I will just release it later. Drop it. No.
Well, we have an idea, right? So we have multiple ideas. One of the ideas that we have is I can make anybody into a 6-figure trader without them not knowing anything about trading. All you have to do is just click buy or sell once a day. Not knowing anything about trading. Like I'm talking about.
That's a big statement.
Like not knowing anything about trading. You just pull it to the computer and you decide what you want. You want to buy or sell? Buy. You buy it.
What if $2 was all it took to win the...
And I can make somebody into a 6-figure trader by not having any knowledge of trading, by only having a risk management strategy. If they have a proper risk management strategy with a profitable 1 to 3 risk to reward, they're just gonna make fucking money. Out of 10 trades that they take, let's say they lose 7 of those trades. Every single time they lose, it's -7. But every single time they win, it's +3. Yeah, 3, 6, 9. This person can have a 30% win rate, which is very low, and still be profitable because they just made back the 7 loss +2. This person is gonna approach the market not know anything about trading, and they're gonna make over 6 figures. All you need is just money. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the money out for that. But I'm gonna create this whole content around this stranger that we're gonna grab. It's gonna be a real stranger, and we're just gonna put this in place. Stranger, we're gonna pay you. Just come here every single day and can buy yourself. Hey, come on, next thing we do. We're gonna do that over the course of 60 days. We're gonna see how you make more money than 90% of people that are still to learn how to trade. Why? Because people don't know how to properly trade.
So you're going to teach him the system and teach him the rules first as well?
No, he's not gonna do anything. He's just gonna come here, buy, or
So
sell.
he's just gonna guess?
Yeah, he's gonna guess. Not even make a strategic or pre-analyzed guess. He's just gonna buy or sell.
So you're telling me that I could just put, say, 100 grand of my money in an account, just log in once a day at a random time, or a predetermined time.
Yeah, in a session of the market.
Yeah, in a session of the market as well, so a preset time, I click buy or sell, and then I walk away for how long?
That's it. You need to have a stop loss. You need to have a take profit.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is what? Which
Which is
what?
1 to 3.
1 to 3.
If you
Okay.
have a 1 to 3, you will make money after 10 trades. It's just math. You're not going to lose 10 trades in a row. It's not going to happen. And let's say you use 8. You need 8, and here you just make back 70% of everything. You're going to win more than 30%. You can put it in.
So you really are trying to take it to the point where it's literally just betting.
Anybody can do this. So it's going to be a mass campaign on teaching anybody from a stranger who make money from trading, or just having the proper risk management. It's just purely content. And we're going to add more to it. I don't want to say all of it, but we're going to add a lot more to it.
No, I can already see that that's going to go viral because people are going to hate the points, which is pushing the virality. Because people are going, you can't do this, and then people just arguments. So I like content that creates arguments because with arguments it pushes content like the virality goes crazy, and people could disagree. And this is something that's already got the disagreement built in. It's like I want to tell the audience that because when you're talking about content, I see the disagreement you're already building in it, so it pushes the content further. You just accentuate everything you're doing.
That's just the initial idea, which is going to create the snowball effect for the next, which is the real big thing. The way around this range will make it worse, whatever they do over there. Then we'll use something even bigger than that, which fire at a 6-month thing. But we're kind of finalizing it.
Yeah. And what other fancy stuff you buying other than the jet?
I have the jet. I'm probably going. I just sold the people Bugatti, so I just got rid of the people. I just have the purple one now. I'm probably gonna maybe get a Ghani or something, another cool car. But I kind of got the car kind of nice out right now, and I'm probably gonna build a drift car. So I'm actually gonna go pick it up Sunday, like a shell, all this from now. And I'll probably put an LS into it, full transmission. Yeah, I like having fun.
Yeah, you probably saying that you need to do something, do some kind of trading whilst someone's trading whilst you're on the back of the truck, going through a shooting range, shooting some shit, blowing some shit. Like you need to do something like that. I want to see that video. Like someone's got to press the button whilst guns are going off, whilst fucking rocket launchers shooting off the back of the thing. You know, this is like content. You got to Cuban it up a bit. It's not Cuban enough. Like, you got to be Cuban, man. There's going to be shit blowing up and like wars happening and just like.
Okay, that was kind of good. Brain roddy. Okay, I'm just gonna get another cell here. There's 2 little cells there. Gotta maintain this risk. So we took 2 micros off here, and then we re-shorted up here. So technically, it's still a bit of a better risk to reward in the end, considering everything. You know, even TP here isn't too bad as well. So I'll be back. I'm just gonna keep an eye on things. For now, you can listen to some music. Jeez. Bit loud. Nice. I'm going to maintain the stop loss around there. I mean the take profit there. Trailing my stop loss a bit new. Just respecting this little internal protected high as it comes down. Just going to keep this trade vibing out. This is what we're looking at. Okay, we'll let it vibe out. Yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? So right now, we're still in the same trade. I just entered in a couple more contracts as we approach the 1 hour candle close. So as you can see, the 1 hour is about to close in 1 minute. And the reason why I've shorted a few more micro contracts is that although it is sort of looking like it's a little bit choppy, it didn't come into our break-even area just yet for me to move break-even. However, they're still maintaining the same structure here, double top with the inducement in the middle. Okay, so this part swept the inducement in the middle, and ideally, I've looked on the 4 hour as there's about an hour left. There's still, we've had this massive doji with the wick down here showing indecision in the market. Okay, and I can sort of, it's sort of adding to the confluence that on the 4 hour, for me at least, if I just hide everything, on the 4 hour at least, there is going to be some sort of resistance in this area. As you can see, this doji here tried to break sort of through so many sweeps, but this time we're not really getting, the buying pressure isn't strong enough, especially because we came down here, had this internal change of character bearish. This might be a great entry to take the short. Even this might even be a longer, potentially a longer play, something like that. Like even on a higher time frame, well, you know, if I could take a swing, this could be sort of the move down. So yes, it could come up a little bit more, sweep this before going down. However, for the time being, I'm just going to stick with what I've got for now, which is a shorts in this area. Let's have a look at the daily. Look on the daily, this is our last candle. There has to be some sort of pullback after this two massive daily bullish candles. A pullback before potentially going up if it needs to, or this could be a big swing doji. This candle here, just like what we saw in the 4 hour. So that's the trade idea. You know, it could easily just come up here and hit this protected high before coming down lower. That was the same issue that we had yesterday with this small trade here. I took a short from this internal protected high, whereas it was this internal protected high that made the small pullback. So realistically speaking, it's you know, we don't know what's going on, but all I can do is continue to maintain the existing trade. You know, and that's what is going on. So on the 1 hour, we just put in this new candle here. We might look at coming up a little bit more before continuing going down. Could be a play. Could be a play. So I'll keep it as is. Look, I don't want to touch it too much. You know, even if I shorted one more micro contract here, it'll bring my risk a bit too much down. So ultimately, the averaged entry price is sort of where I initially set the initial stop loss anyways, or entry and stop loss. So it's pretty good. It's not too bad. Decent trade. And it wasn't enough for me to move to break even, so I'm just gonna stick with that. For my break even criteria, it has to at least touch the internal protected structure, so it would have had to come down here for me to move break even. If it fails, then one thing I am a bit annoyed about is me sizing in or scaling a few micro contracts around here. As you can see, I kind of did some silly last minute. So I took partials off here and I shorted over here again, shorted here, and I shorted here. Might have been silly considering my initial shorts were up here, which was a higher probability, you know, lesser risk, better risk reward ratio. Here's a bit how you going. So that is what it is. And yeah, we'll just let it play out realistically. Due to make the bottom candle potentially, but it's a slow day today, which is fine. We'll see if there's any live trading. Not yet. So I believe the next schedule is sometime soon, actually. So cool, and that's pretty much it. We'll let this play out.
Hey, want to know how I was able to catch this monster 700 pip move in euro dollar?
chat with the latest sort of volatility, or I guess volume injection in the last 3-minute candle. This one here, we can see that price has spiked up to almost where the protected high is. Then a strong rejection was made, and so price hasn't really cleared it just yet, but I had taken another short micro entry there as we approach the end of this 15-minute candle. As you can see, we sort of swiped it, but we didn't really exceed the last candle, and so one more micro entry was just made at this sort of candle there. There's a very one-off volume spike. Last massive volume spike was short. This one's a very bullish volume spike, and so at this point in time I am still following my trend. It is double bottom, the second touch. This is even the third touch, and hasn't broken through this sort of peak protected high. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at the moment. I'm still okay with this trade here. Size in one more micro. Yeah. Initially, what did I have? The stop loss was about that, 14 points. And at this point, you know, yeah, I might even just be a bit more realistic, cut it at a 1.88 risk to reward. Something like this. 1 minute left on this 3-minute candle. Big spike. It doesn't break through, creating a lower time frame weak leg. Okay. Three touches. At this point, volume can just simply continue going up, actually, as you can see, respected. So, you know, I might consider exiting this trade and maybe having a look at a trade for tonight on New York Stock Exchange Open, potentially, because it is sort of just respecting all these lows. Two big bullish candles, bullish. Look at the volume. Minute candle just closed, so you can see that there. Comes back here, might look at moving break even. Price is sort of ranging around this area actually, bang bang, so but bullish. There's a 2 risk reward here. Okay, looks like Dakota from Top Step is looking for longs.
Talk about it. Okay, I'm long two Nasdaq.
Okay, well, I guess he's looking for longs. I'm looking for shorts. Okay, well, we shall see how this goes.
point away from your stop loss. Were you long, Greg? Dinner's back on the menu. And just like that, use long. Trader Dog, yes. From Tick, yeah. Yeah, typically. How tall is Dakota? How tall is the Dakota? Any guesses, chat? How tall is Dakota?
Oh my goodness, guys. So what are we doing here? So honestly, the lows have been respected here as well. Honestly, it could be a freaking continuation long, and I could be in the wrong. I could be in the wrong sort of position here. Now that I look at the 4 hour, this doji into the next doji is saying bearish. Bearish wick has been swept on the bottom. So maybe continue a long upwards, maybe. Not too sure. We'll see how it fares out, but at the moment this might be looking like a loss. Might be looking like a loss. As you can see, everything's kind of messy at the moment. ESM, S&P sort of short, NMQ is short. Let's see what the coda from Top Step is saying.
There's some big orders stacked. Big. I don't know if we call that big. There's some orders stacked at 89s, 88 and a half, up to 490. A little bit of some orders right there. Man, look at those buyers just bought up those other ones. They're blue. They are blue. Yeah, you can't see my eyes.
Maybe I should get the order book. I think it's $39 per month to review the
You see them?
order book thing, that the level 2 order book, which is over here, or whatever they call it.
Maybe it is.
Gonna put some little buys here just to take off some of the risk. Just to take off some of the risk if it comes back down. I'll be back, chat, 1 second. Yep, I'll be back, chat, 1 second. well, we are still in this trade here. I did take some risk off. I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna add any more. 10 micros is plenty. This is literally, you know, a pretty decent amount. One whole mini contract, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm happy with this sort of this trade that we've got going on. I'm happy with it. I would still like this to come down a bit further. You know, let's have a look at what the 4 hours finally saying. Okay, now we've got the 3 candle pattern, big engulfing, bang, bang, bang. This is a sign of a reversal. Although ideally you want the smaller initial bullish candle followed by doji and then a mad engulfing. So realistically, you know, I don't think it might be a massive pullback. It might just be something small. So to keep things in alignment, yeah, I might just tighten things up a little bit like that. A lot of multiple scale ins and scale outs for this trade here, which is something I should probably reflect on. As we didn't put a new high, this low is to be targeted as a point of price action, and therefore this low as well. We'll see what happens here. And might see what he's talking about. See what he said.
Gold is bleeding. This Nasdaq needs CPR. Let's pump the market up. A lot more stressful. I work in the OR. Here's a question, what made me not add? I'm fine with only risking 25 points with 2 contracts. I'm risking, what is it, $900? I'm risking about 1,000 on this trade, which is fine. It's a third of my daily loss limit, risking 1,000.
Not bad, he's risking 1,000.
Trading's the best job. You can trade from anywhere around the world as long as you have an internet connection. Yeah, naked and trade. Naked and a trade. As long as you have internet. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Gotta figure out the logistics of it. I have a lot going on right now, so it's more of a matter of time for me. Potential head and shoulder on 1 minute. We're just going sideways. We're going to the right. It'll be a 24 hours stream. Internet with enough bandwidth. True. Depends on the time frame. Yeah, this market needs to go up for me to pay for the dinner tonight. Yeah.
I'm moving the desk up.
How's that place in Chicago?
Now I'm up.
I don't see the market shift on the 1 minute. This trade based off the 5 minute. stop loss is based off the 5 minute. But yeah, I could see that Nasdaq broke through this crucial support. But over here on the 5 minute, nothing's changed. Sadly. It's going down though. It might change. It might change if we start breaking through these levels. Nasdaq, be good to me. Of course, good.
Be interesting to see how this guy.
You can see the office out the window. Okay.
Dakota trades this position.
What I'd like to see.
No.
Is if this is going to be a higher low, that would be great. And then we got to draw it out. We have to manifest. We got to speak this into existence. Okay, chat? Here's a low. Here's a higher low. Here's an even higher low. So now we're looking for this market to make this into a higher low. And if this holds support, then that means the market will go up. We'll come break through these highs.
If you guys want to see what he's talking about,
Going up to 20,500.
he is referring to my other perspective where these lows have been respected. So, you know, he's got a point. These lows have constantly been respected. As you can see, respect.
Markets go up.
Really need to see some sort of break or shift in this pattern of behavior. We can see that MES is kind of. Let's have a look for S&T.
Here we go.
You can see, yep, it's sort of made a bearish move. S&P's made a bearish move. If we overlay the orange S&P over micro Nasdaq, it's sort of catching up there in terms of realigning to fit the move bearish.
Hide the stop loss.
So MES just made a new low, whereas
400.
Nasdaq is struggling to make the new low. So it's kind of 50-50 at the moment. There's no strong correlation.
Consolidate the New York session.
He's got a
I
valid
will
point there.
consider adding though if we hold. If we can hold this level, I'll add to it.
If we hold the level, then I'm going to take it. I'll take some off.
Sideways. 2185.
See how long left on the 4 hours. Let's see what's going on here. Minutes left on the 4 hour. 9 minutes, yeah, 10 minutes left on the 1 hour. should exit here and think about continuing tonight. New York Stock Exchange open, or really don't know.
Nothing wrong with bringing up conversation, okay? Nothing wrong with bringing up conversations are good. They're constructive, okay? It's not like this is not decision making. This is just conversation.
Add one short there. Just failed to break this sort of internal protected high, hoping to make a continuation down.
We're jamming. This market's going nowhere.
Yeah, he's right. The market is going nowhere. For how long has it been? Since
Yeah,
9?
Who? That's my understanding. I stopped looking into it in depth. Who knows?
9:31.
I know we have sub accounts, right? Main account, you can have sub accounts with FCM. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it would look like. Probably the logistics of it, like paperwork, all that kind of stuff.
Why did this
What do I
move?
do on this website? I just page. I do a lot of these cloud chains. I don't do anything. I stepped away from my supply chain responsibilities.
For our internal is bearish. Yes.
Little pieces. Maybe I become an Uber driver. I'll be an Uber driver on the side. Not for the money, just to, I don't know, for fun.
Not much going on ever since the beginning of this trade, as you can see, literally from here to here.
Right? So if you buy one at market, it goes to the order.
Has
You affect the market
gone
for a nanosecond. Your order might affect the market.
13,
But you don't trade enough size to really affect the markets.
15. Really just nowhere actually.
A millionaire worked with me on the tech bench at Best Buy for fun. Interesting. Five more minutes.
He's right, 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the slowest of markets, chat. On Technical Tuesday, nothing really going on.
Yep.
I might just close out of this trade and take a $500 loss. Should I just do that? Because if this doesn't hold, I think we could just, I don't know.
He's got a point.
No, I'm not even thinking this might not even hold this now. Do we just flush? Do we flush through this? What's my daily loss limit? I've been stopping myself out at $2,000.
be moving my I want to have some monitor arms so I can start looking up a little bit. My neck's been hurting sitting at the desks. I could maybe just close out of this realistically. This is pretty boring. There's not much going on at all.
Settlement though, right? This is basically settlement. Right here at 460. So yeah, I can see us maybe coming down and retesting this level at what? 440s.
Why don't I check this channel? Okay, so where is the breaker structure?
These levels down here.
Let's have a look. So uncheck this to here.
That's still not much. It's still kind of consolidating though, right? Consolidating in this range.
Check there to there. Yeah, look, that seems to be like a decent. That's the value range there.
Have a big 20-point candle, just straight up new highs. Looks
There's
like
this.
a washing dish
There we go.
for dinner tonight. $600 worth of dishes. I'll be there. That's like a week's worth of dishwashing, right? Dishwashing for a week.
I might actually do a partial take profit at this point here. Right here, limit by maybe 5, and then the rest could be, you know, whatever it is around here.
Well, chat. I think this is where we're gonna end it. Leave everybody on a cliffhanger. About a minute left. And we have not really went down 14 points. I could wash dishes and be the server and the cook. End the pain. End it. An hour and a half of nothing, chat. You guys have a good time. Everybody have a good. You learned something today. Did you guys learn anything today? 3-bar reversal. I talked a little bit about the emotions, right? Emotional side. Our worst enemy, our best friends, all that fun stuff. Yes, patience. You learn
Okay.
about height. Okay, that's.
We just hit the 12 o'clock 4-hour candle just closed. Let's just have a quick look at what's happening. The 4-hour just candle just closed. It did look like it closed bearish, but it closed inside the previous candle, so it does look like it could be. There's 2 ways I can see this happening. Okay, this could be an inside bar, inside bar bearish move, inside bearish or supply candle. So we're gonna quickly make a up wick here. I'm gonna tighten this stop loss at this point. Because if it closes, if price goes above this closure of the 4-hour, then it's definitely going to continue going up, in my opinion. At this point in time, I believe if it's going to be making a small, I guess, pull up, this up wick before it comes down. I think that's good. Another test there. We're going to make this small up wick in this 4-hour into the body of this 4-hour candle a little bit before continuing down. 4-hour seems to be, you know, just like what we said, 4-hour price action has had that sort of pullback. It's had that pullback into this point of interest, and we've hit this sort of area here. We've got the rejection candle here. These two candles form a rejection candle, from my opinion, as it's come into this point of interest within this sort of area. Come to this area here, point of interest, and we've made a massive wick, and then this one here is the rejection candle. So that's pretty valid for me, honestly. At this point in time, this could be a longer time frame trade into a, even potentially, if we get lucky, a pullback into something bigger on the higher time frame. You know, something like, if we get lucky, something like, you know, our bare minimum to this, like 0.5. That would be quite nice right there, right? But that is, you know, pretty hefty call. But yeah, that's what we could be looking at the moment. This could be like an all-day trade, and obviously I can't be streaming all day. I got stuff to do. For the time being, you know, let's just look. I'll put up a few areas of take profit. So first and foremost is this area here. Let me buy, if I was to take profit there, 21,434.50, around that. And then the second one would be probably, if it takes profit there, honestly, I'll be looking at something like this, 50% of this 15-minute leg, realistically speaking. So I can take some up here and let the rest come down to this position here, 0.5 Fibonacci level of this 15-minute leg, okay? For the rest of this, I'm just going to let this sort of, you know, play out. I'm going to end the stream, but, you know, if it hits TPs, then this will be the stream for today. If it doesn't hit TPs, then you'll see me later tonight for the New York Open, where I will be looking at taking one more trade potentially. So yeah, to reiterate, 21,432.50, around that, and then take profit. To be honest, I'm just going to tighten it up there, around there. 21,367 is the next TP. Okay, so we will be looking at 2.36 RR, or potentially for full TP of 6.44 as price plays out. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks for watching the stream today. We'll see you later if it does fare out. So just to reiterate, 21,432.50 and the 21,367. Okay, bye chat.